something I've not said because it's inappropriate. Nobody ever likes it when you tell these stories in press. But, this movie has been in like matriculation for so long. There was another actor who was attached to play Nicole and scheduling conflicts. And I was like, oh, it's me now. And I love that for me.
I used to go to Bedside, Brooklyn every Sunday from Long Island with my family. That's where we went to church. My parents are from Guyana, and there's a huge West Indian Caribbean community at our church growing up. And so we would travel for an hour every Sunday, and I hated it because it was so long and it was church. But as I grew older, it was my only access to community that looked like me. And when I went to graduate school, instead of living in Manhattan, I went to NYU Tisch. I decided to live in Brooklyn, and then I never left until fairly recently.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful connection to Brooklyn.
Oh, thank you for
Give it to us.
putting me out there.
Give it to us.
I lived in Brooklyn for, how long? It's like 17 years. I'm 17 years. I fell in love for the first time in Brooklyn. I lived in Bed-Stuy while I was at Juilliard in
You
school.
went roller skating in Brooklyn.
Yeah, my birthday party was at Brooklyn Bowl.
Yes.
And you were along came and everything. So yeah, Brooklyn was like, I threw crazy parties in Brooklyn.
You did.
I came into my maturation in New York and in Brooklyn. Yeah, so I have a lot of love for that community, and it kind of raised me and created the artist that I am, and also the mess that I happen to be.
I still live in Brooklyn now, just like André, and it's so funny. I lived in Brooklyn for like back in Williamsburg before anyone knew what Williamsburg was. It's like back in 2000.
Before it was cute.
That's right, before it was cute. But yeah, my whole artist journey is mounted, and so many of us are NYU people too. Yeah.
I guess I'm the only person from Alabama. No, I've been in New York for 10 years. I was born in New York. We moved in first grade, I think, down south. And in the time I was at the Daily Show, a lot of the stories, if you're trying to tell Black stories about the uniqueness and the complexity of the Black experience as it is now, it always ended up taking you to Brooklyn. And so it's just a spot that I've always, fallen in love with. And the other thing that I really loved about this story is that this script tells a story of change in a place. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, it is a Black film. It is about Black love. It is the fingerprints of Blackness across the diaspora all through that script. But it also represents, I believe, what a lot of places are going through in terms of, like, Brooklyn is unique to me, like in the same way that New Orleans is, or the same way Miami is. Like, it's a character, and the people who are native to it are extremely defensive about it, and they're extremely sentimental about it. But they also have I don't know if you've ever met anybody from New Orleans. They feel adrift a little bit in the sense of not knowing what is to become of this place that I've loved and known one way for so long. And now it's turning into something else, and we're not sure of where we fit into that puzzle. So it's just dope to be able to help tell that story.
Are you a bike commuter, or was that just for the movie?
Listen, I ride the bike so much. I love riding the bike. It's like one of my favorite things to do. People joke with me all the time, like, man, I saw you on your bike. Yeah, that was me, I be biking with a coffee in one hand and riding. People think I'm crazy, but I love it. I love it.
I think that's truly a Brooklyn thing. Same thing when people come visit me and I'm like, I'm almost there, and they're like, where are you? And then they see me coming around the corner on my bike. They're like, are you what kind of like wonderland? I'm like, it's Brooklyn.
And I only do that in Brooklyn. Like, I never take the bike into I don't take a bike into Manhattan.
Oh no, I wouldn't feel comfortable. Yeah, it's dangerous, right?
See, I live in Manhattan, so I just
walk.
Yeah.
Biking's like flying.
In a hot hole, like
Yeah, biking is a Brooklyn thing for sure. It's so funny.
Roy, were you looking to do a movie at this point in your career?
When André called, it's a gift. It's a literal gift, because not only is it a film, but it's telling a very interesting story, and comedically I get to be something a little different. I still get to crack a joke and be funny, but I don't have to performatively be what people are traditionally used to seeing me. And I think between Daily Show and stand-up, there is a certain expectation when you see me. So it was cool to be able to have that deviation. So to even just have the opportunity to take on that challenge, and then to have a director that trusts me enough to not make me do the other things that are familiar, like, that's a gift. I was at André called. I'm like, yes. Like, 2 of the suits I wear in the film are from The Daily Show.
I love that. Thank you.
I was like, we're going to save some money.
Yeah.
Now, I think y'all got dress shirts from somewhere else. But them pants, that was straight Daily Show.
We were all playing things. I've been on Bel Air for the last 4 years, and so Viv is like such a pragmatic, heavy. This character is nothing like that. She's like light and funny, and I'd love to do more comedy. And so when Andre showed me this role, I was like, yes, thank you. But he knows me. And I think that's why I love a lot of these new TV shows and movies that are coming out where people are playing against type, but really you're leaning into people's other loves, like the other colors they have not been able to play with.
Yeah, I have the same experience. I know I've sort of been, DeWanda was teasing me earlier, because I've been a mom since
She was like 12,
I was like 22. I'm in like a mom in every movie, and like something really heavy is happening. And I'm grateful for it, and I love all those movies.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Andre sort of knowing me and being like, do some of that. Let's do something different. Let's have some fun. And then Rachael creating a safe space to play, and actually asking and encouraging funny choices and improv and things that I think in other environments people are like, we don't really know what that is. Like, what you're doing is weird. Can you not do that? They were like, do it.
Yeah.
And that's really freeing. It's actually been a gift for me, because I think I've felt it in my work since. So that's huge.
We're like ferociously protective of each other's dreams, and honestly and earnestly invested in a real way. And this film is emblematic of that in many ways.